Hey English 111 students, this is Miss Williams and welcome to your video on how to use Weebly to build a digital portfolio. So your digital portfolio is something that you will turn in to me at the end of the year as a part of your final. It's also something that I have to turn into the department, the English department at Gaston. So just be sure you follow directions, and there's also there are also an attached document with this week's assignments that have all of this information in it as well, so that you can look through it as you're building your digital portfolio and make sure that you have everything that you need before you turn in the link to me this Sunday. So we're not putting any work on it right now. We're just creating the actual website, changing all the pictures out, making it your own. And that's really all you have to worry about this week. So go to Weebly.com and you will sign up. Click the sign up button. It'll ask you for your name. Make sure you remember your login information. If you build a great website, you're still going to have to be able to access it later this semester. So make sure that you remember what email you use and your password. Every semester, I have students that cannot remember and they end up having to start all over and create a new website. So make sure that you remember your login information. Click that you agree to Weebly's terms, and you will come to a screen that looks like this. So Weebly is basically just a drop and drag website that you can use to create, a business website, a portfolio. Obviously, we don't need an online store. We're not selling anything. So you're just going to choose, I just need a website. It's going to bring you to this page where you can select different themes. And there's a lot of different tools on some of these templates. We don't really need, to sell anything. So if I were you, I would just choose portfolio. You could probably go with personal as well, but portfolio, there's a lot of great templates here. Just remember, all of these images that the template comes with, you're going to have to change those out. So for instance, this one has a lot of images. You're either going to have to delete those, or you're going to have to upload images of yourself or of your life or whatever, because essentially you're making this website your own. So just keep that in mind as you choose a template. So choose your template and then start editing. So it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this. And the first thing it's going to ask you to do is to pick a domain name. So this is going to be the name of your website. So if I were you, I would name your website your first and last name and then English 111. Chances are there's not somebody out there that's taken this class with me who has your exact same name. So it should be a safe way to name your website. And then you're going to click search. It's going to make sure that that subdomain is available. So these are also available, professional domains. We're not going to choose any of these because we'll have to pay for it. We're going to choose the subdomain, and it just puts Weebly.com at the end of your website address because it's free. So that's what we're going to choose. If for some reason your name is not available, you can just add, A or B or whatever at the end of that. But for the most part, it's probably going to be available. So just make sure you click on subdomain, not on any of these, because it's going to try to make you pay for that. So choose subdomain, and then that website's been created. So you should be able to click on it. It's not, of course, working for me right now, but it should work. But we'll come back to that. One thing with Weebly, whenever you want to save, when you're in here working on your digital portfolio, when you want to save, you have to go up here and push the blue publish button. So that's going to save your work for you. And it's always going to throw your website name up on the screen so you can click on it and just see that the changes that you've made have saved. We haven't made any changes yet, so we'll come back to that. But this is what you're going to turn into the discussion board. You're going to copy and paste this. And, once you get that blue address, that website address, just go ahead and go back and copy it into the discussion board. This is what's due on Sunday. You've already got it done, so go ahead and just copy and paste it in there. That way I can access it. All right, so a couple things about Weebly. Again, it's drop and drag, so all of the tools that you can use are going to be over here, and you can scroll. Build is where we go to when we want to work on our pages, and depending on what page you want to work on, those will be here. We're going to change those, but these are basically the two places that you're probably going to stay for the most part as you're building, and then obviously on the screen of whatever page you're on. So we're going to go to pages. We do want a home page. So we've already got a home page. That's what this is. I might just go up here and change this to, and maybe I want to get rid of some of these pictures. So all you have to do with Weebly is hover over something and the X will appear. You can either delete that, or if you click on it, you can replace that image. So there's a lot of images on this page. I don't necessarily need all of these. So I'm going to delete some of them. Maybe I only want a couple images. And then again, you can hover over this. You don't have to put images of yourself on here, but the images you choose should reflect something that is important to you. I don't really have many images on this laptop except for things that I use for class. But let's say, I just want to put kind of generic images on here that don't really have anything to do with me. So I'll go out and grab that. You have to save it to your Chromebook or your laptop, desktop. It's not going to let you drop and drag, even though supposedly Weebly lets you do that. I always have to download and save images first. Now, sometimes it won't let you, depending on the size of the image. So I just tried to save that image and it wouldn't let me. You're just going to have to find a different image that's like a different size. And it will tell you if you Google what size of image, it'll let you save. Actually, I think what happened was sometimes you're just going to have to click on the image in order for Weebly to let you. This is probably the thing that aggravates students the most when they're trying to change their digital portfolio, is just little things like that with images because of the size or whatever. But remember, I'm going to go over here and publish because that saves my work. And then I'm just going to open my website and I can see that it saved my image. So that's good. So just make sure you go through and change all those images. If you do want to put images of yourself or, friends and family, that's great. I encourage you to do that. Make sure that they are pictures that you would want someone who's interviewing for you for a job, make sure they're pictures that you would be okay with those people seeing. So I would avoid, you know, certain kinds of images and just make sure that they're professional images, because this is a website. Anybody, who has this website name can go and look at your portfolio. So just keep that in mind as you're putting images on here. They should be professional, and this is being turned into your teacher and Gaston College. So also, I don't need these social media buttons down here, so I'm going to delete those. So that's on my home page. I also want a blurb about myself on here, just maybe like a paragraph about myself. So I'm going to go over here and grab a text box and just drag it over. And then I'm going to edit. So again, you just need like a paragraph about yourself. All right, so I just have not even a paragraph, but a couple sentences. Certainly right up to a paragraph, but that's really up to you as long as you have this about me, on your homepage. Again, I'm going to publish that. And then I'll look at my website again, and it has saved my changes. Awesome. All right, so that's your home page. So go up to pages. You've got your home page. The about page, we're going to click on that. Just click on it once it's highlighted in blue, and we're going to change that to informal assignments. And eventually, you are going to figure out what your favorite discussion board posts are this semester, and you're going to put some of those on here. But again, we're going to worry about that at the end of the year. For right now, we're just going to make sure that we have these pages built. So I deleted the pictures. I didn't want the picture that was there. Now I'm going to click on build. Just maybe I want a gallery. So I'm going to put a couple pictures on here. And it'll let you upload, I think, up to maybe 3 or 4 images. And I'm going to have a text box. And I'm going to publish that and make sure that I save it. Again, I'll just check to make sure that it's saved. So I should now be able to click on informal assignments. And once I add at least one image here, that will be done. That page will be done. And then I'm going to go back up to pages. And this contact page, I'm going to change that to formal assignments. Again, I'm going to, let's see, maybe I'll find another image I want to put on here. click on the image, replace it. You can also make that image smaller. Okay, so it must not have liked that size. Again, this will be the most aggravating thing that you guys probably have to deal with when you're working on Weebly, is that images that you just grab from the internet, sometimes they're just going to be too big, so it just won't save them. And in that case, I will just tell you to keep trying to find other images that you like. All right, so it took that one. And I can make this smaller if I just grab it at the corner. So I don't really want such a big picture. I try to make all of my images the same size on each page, so it's kind of consistent. And then I don't need, well, I'm going to keep that text box since it's already there and I need a text box. But this other stuff I don't need, so I'm going to delete it. Delete these spacers. Type something in there about this being a page for my formal assignments, and I'm going to publish that to save it. So I've got my home page with at least one image, and then a blurb about myself. Informal assignments, I should have an image on there as well, and then formal assignments. And let's see. Now I need one more page. So you should have a total of 4 pages by the time you're done with this. I only had 3 that were already there. So now I'm going to add a page. So just go up to this little plus sign and click on that. You're going to add a standard page, and this is going to be for your final exam. Same thing, click on build, add at least one image. And, you know, at the end of the year, I might have you add more text. But for now, you just need at least one image and the 4 pages, and then, you know, just something written in a text box. Eventually, you'll have to put your assignments on here. So for your final exam, you'll probably, at the end of the semester, add a file, and then you'll have to upload. But that's basically all that you have to do right now. So remember, go ahead once you get this website and just copy and paste it into the discussion board. But you'll have until Sunday evening to work on it. And, you know, you just need to build these 4 pages and make sure that you have at least one image. Really, it's your website, and the images should reflect something about yourself, whether it's your hobbies, your friends, family. It should be professional, something that you would show someone who's interviewing you for a job. You don't know how many times I've had to grade these at the end of the year, and this picture of this food is still on somebody's page. So make sure you go through there and change all of the images. And if you guys have questions, I would also refer back to the directions, the document that I have with this week's assignments as well. You can also look at YouTube. They've got a lot of Weebly information on there. I think once you get in there and start messing with it and just, getting used to the tools, you should be fine. Probably the biggest aggravation you'll have is trying to upload images, especially if you're getting those off the internet. No offensive images. Remember, this is a website that's going to be out there, and you can actually use it in the future if you want to use it for something else. Let's see, I think I have my teaching portfolio, which I use Weebly to make. I use it kind of as a, portfolio with my resume and different syllabi that I've had over the years, and different instructional design stuff that I've done. And so it's really nice to be able to have this tool or this skill to, use to build a website. So that's one of the reasons I have you guys do this is just so you can learn the skill of building a website, because you can actually use it in the future. But